Hello, it's time for another What I Eat Today video. Today I've just done my workout routine for the first time in probably almost a month because I was on holiday. No, hold on, not a month, probably a couple of weeks. And now I'm about to make my breakfast, which is going to be soft boiled eggs, which are my favorite kind of eggs. These are from the farmer's market and they're just so good. And also a couple of slices of homemade sourdough bread with sunflower seeds, which, surprise surprise, wasn't actually made by me. It was made by my husband. I taught him how to do it because I need some break from baking sometimes as well. So for the next few weeks all of our bread is going to be made by my husband until he's totally comfortable with it. And right now, while I'm waiting for my breakfast, I'm going to have a handful of pistachio nuts, salty pistachio nuts, because that is just the perfect snack after a workout routine. And no fruit in the house this morning, unfortunately, so I can't have any banana or apple or anything else, which is sad, but that's all right. We'll go out a bit later and hopefully get some bananas and some other things. A handful of pistachios turned into this. But it's not just me, it's also my husband. They were so good. And how amazing is this bowl I got in London from Anthropology? It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Look at that. I've been looking for a bowl like this for years. Just amazing. I don't think I've ever showed you how I make my soft-boiled eggs, but basically I wait until it starts boiling and then I put them in and cook them for exactly 6 minutes and then rinse them under cold water to cool down. I just found my husband taking a picture of Jimmy lying on the glass table.
Look.
I actually got scared
Can you see?
when I saw him like that. Oh wow! How beautiful! Jimmy, you're so special! So here's our breakfast prepared. I actually forgot to set up the timer for the eggs. It takes exactly 6 minutes and these are large eggs. But I forgot, so let's see if my intuition actually told me when to take them out at the right time. Yes, the egg yolk is still creamy. Perfect. Intro to my channel filmed, which by the way I should have done ages ago, but it came out super well. So now I'm ready to make lunch, a little bit late as usual, but here we go. So I'm planning to make cauliflower, just steam it for around 10 minutes and then we're going to eat it with some sourdough bread and butter. It's not much and it's because I decided to swap dinner with lunch. We were supposed to have cauliflower for dinner and for now we'll just have a light lunch so we can continue working with loads of energy. So this is how much I have for steaming, a whole big plate of it. And then what I do is I use this pasta pot. I just fill up the bottom layer with water to have no water on the top layer at all, and I just dump the cauliflower in and cook for 10 minutes. Super easy. So I melt some butter and I dump the cauliflower onto the butter and just cook it for a few minutes until it becomes a little bit crunchier and browns a little bit, and it just gives it so much more taste. This is actually a dish that my mom and my grandmother used to make all the time, but they used to also add some breadcrumbs, which I don't. I just really like the taste of cauliflower alone, and it used to be a staple for dinner all the time. So this is our super light lunch ready. As you can see, the cauliflower is nicely browned and the bread is seriously delicious. Well done, my husband.
Haha, thank you.
And we're going to eat it now and watch Vikings, because this is the series that we're watching. So now that I've eaten my lunch, it's time to do something very exciting. So a few weeks ago I received a box, and it's a subscription box of Japanese handmade sweets and traditional matcha. I've never tried anything like that. The only Japanese sweet I've ever tried was, oh, it was awful. It was a chocolate wasabi cake and I hated it. But I've always been super intrigued by the Japanese culture and their food, so this is super interesting. I got contacted by the founder a while ago, and we exchanged a few emails. She told me a lot about the business idea, and I just think it's such a great idea to introduce Japanese culture to the world. So I said that if I like the box, I would tell my viewers about it, and today is the day when I'm going to try everything out. So hopefully I'm going to like it. It's actually probably the second time I ever received something in the mail, because most of the time people contact me asking me if I want to review things. I say no, because most of the times it's not something I'm super interested in, and I'm not going to accept things if I'm not super interested in it, and if I'm not sure I'm going to eat it or use it. But this time I really want to help her with the business. I think it's a great idea. So let's get started and trying everything. So the box looks like this, super beautiful. I don't even know what kind of material is that. Is that cardboard? It looks like wood.
It's cardboard,
It's really
yes, with
cool.
a pattern. Looks
Yeah,
like wood,
it's really
yes.
nice. So this is what the box contains, lots of different sweets, and I'm going to unpack them all now and show you what exactly they are. I've got a list of all the Wagashi sweets inside, as well as the instructions on how to make matcha, which I've never ever done before. And there are some instructions on how to get discounts, and it's super interesting. And there's a tiny sweet on the instructions as well, super cute. So the first box should be the matcha tea, and it's written that there should be enough for 20 matcha teas, so that should last me for pretty much a month, which is not bad at all. There's just a little bag like this. Super excited because I've seen so many YouTubers talking about it, but I've never ever tried it myself, so that's very interesting. Then I have this little sweet in this cute yellow wrapping. So it's called manju. There's this one and this one, and one of them is in the shape of the wild baby boar called uribo, and this funny shape is very popular in Japan because it represents energy, liveliness and cuteness. Super nice. Pilar is here too. Oh my god, Pilar, don't drop it. She's caressing the tripod and the camera. Pilar is super interested in the Japanese sweets as well. Okay, now these ones really intrigue me. Super cute cookies, and they're called monaka. They consist of red bean jam sandwiched between two crispy wafers made from rice cake. Very interesting. So there are two little packages of these cookies. Pilar! Look at this little one. She's in the box making complete mess because she really wants to try something. But you can't, it's human food. And the interesting thing is that these Japanese sweets actually have much less sugar compared to the regular sweets, regular Western sweets. And they contain much less preservatives or any kind of artificial ingredients, so they're actually pretty good for you. And it's not something that I would eat all the time, but you know, sometimes with healthy matcha tea or just a tea, it's actually really nice to have something natural. So I think this lady came up with a really great idea to introduce Japanese culture to the world. The next thing is something very intricate and beautiful. It's this lollipop. I guess you could call it a lollipop. And look at this pattern. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. There's a little rabbit inside. It's so beautiful, isn't it? So this little lollipop is called amezaiku, and it literally translates as candy craftsmanship. One of the most beautiful Japanese traditions started around the 9th century. And this candy is heated to around 90 degrees Celsius and then finally crafted with bare hands and traditional Japanese scissors. Pilar! She's chewing everything around me. And this lollipop is in the shape of Japanese traditional fan, uchiwa. Very interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Next I have this beautiful box, and inside I have that looks amazing. And this is what's inside the box. It's beautiful, isn't it? So there's a jar of red bean jam or paste. And the next thing is the sweetest because they are little cookies shaped like spoons. So I guess you just have to eat the jam using these spoons. They are 8 custom designed cookie spoons with cinnamon and ginger. Then I have this that seems very strange looking as well. And this is called senbei, and it's the Japanese version of rice crackers. It has whole shrimp as well, so it should be really, really good. So I assume something salty, not sweet. And then there's one last object in the box, which is this beautiful, beautiful packaging. Everything is just packaged so nicely and with so much care and so much love. I really appreciate it and I'm so grateful for it. So that's what was inside the package, and they are premium crispy Corinto, and they are deep fried Japanese traditional sweets made of flour, yeast and brown sugar. That looks beautiful and should be really nice and crunchy with some tea. So that is it. Lots of things to try. I'm going to make myself a cup of matcha tea now, and then I will try something out, or maybe I'll try all of them out little by little because I'm super curious. Have you ever tried anything Japanese or Japanese sweets? I really love Japanese food, like, you know, proper savory food. And I just really want to mention as well that I'm not paid for mentioning this. I'm not sponsored in any way. I just got it for review, and of course I couldn't say no to such a beautiful little business. These are seriously amazing. Then let's look at that baby boar shaped cookie. That's cute, isn't it? And this one is dark, so maybe, oh, it's also baby boar. We have to fill the wafers with the bean paste, which came in its own packaging. And there's Giulietta there looking as well. Giulietta, would you like some Japanese sweets? Wow. I don't think I've ever tasted Japanese red bean paste. Wow. It has a nice shape. I thought it was more liquid. And then close it.
It tastes good.
There's somebody here super interested in the Japanese sweet. It's nice, isn't it?
How is this? Super good.
I'm impressed. Seriously good. You know? It's got prawns and rice.
Oh, cool.
The whole family's here. Smelling the crackers. Would you like them? Oh my god, it's so amazing. We didn't try the lollipop. We'll leave it for another day because honestly we are bursting. Too many sweets, too much food, but everything was delicious. It's a huge plus for me.
Yes.
Is a plus for
For
you?
me too, yes.
And from the cats as well.
Sirena.
So here's my beautiful matcha that I just made. Let's try it out. It's actually not bad. My favorite thing out of everything is probably the red bean paste. It's hardly sweet and it has little hints of the marron glacé, the kind of paste made of chestnuts. I think it's French. I also really loved the deep fried cookies. They were amazing. And of course the rice and prawn crackers. I will leave a link down in the description box so you can go and check it out. And now it's time to get back to work. I took off my makeup and washed my hair. Now I'm ready to make dinner. And for dinner I'm just going to eat leftovers really, because we have a couple of burgers that I made the other day still left. I also have a few vegetables in the fridge left from our shopping trip, so I'm just going to use up literally everything I have in the fridge. And I'm also going to roast some mini new potatoes because that's like a staple in our house. We love them. So for the burgers all I did was take a mixture of minced beef and minced pork as well as 1 egg. So basically half a kilo of meat, 1 egg and 1 small onion. I just mix them together and cook them on some olive oil, and that's pretty much it. It takes just a few minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these potatoes smaller. So I'm going to chop them into quarters, and then I'm going to add some olive oil, some rosemary and some salt. Now for the salad, first I'm going to chop some lettuce. That's all I have left in the fridge. Also a couple of tomatoes. A little bit of cucumber. Now for the potatoes, I cooked them for 220 degrees Celsius for around 25 minutes. Now the herb of the day for the salad is going to be fresh cilantro. That also needs to be finished up because it's going bad. And I don't know if you know, but cilantro is actually really good at removing any kind of heavy metals from the body. And it's just so nutritious and so good for you. So I really like it. Some people really hate the taste. For example, my husband isn't a big fan, but if I hide it in a salad, then very often he doesn't even realize that it's there. So that's a little trick I use to convince him to eat it. Now it's time to dress and season the salad. So as always, it's going to be something very simple and quick. I'm going to just add some olive oil. Squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. Some salt. Some black pepper. And then to make it a bit more substantial, I'm actually going to add a couple more things just because we only have 3 tiny burgers, so we need something a bit more proteiny. So I'm going to add some garbanzos, or in other words, chickpeas, and also some buffalo mozzarella. The salad is done. It looks absolutely beautiful. Now the last step is to warm up the burgers. Here they are. That's it. It's all ready and we're about to tuck in. It's a perfectly balanced and complete meal. I really like adding some protein, some starch, and some salad, some vegetables. So that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this what I eat in a day video. As always, very simple, very quick. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Now my husband and I have to go to eat because everything is getting cold. Bye.